making Salisbury steak here at the Young's house, and I couldn't be more excited to show you all how easy it is to make Salisbury steak. I'm talking about Salisbury steak that's gonna make your mouth water, make your stomach rumble, and everybody rant and rave about this recipe you're gonna make. It's so easy, super fun, doesn't hardly cost anything. Most likely all of these ingredients that we're using today, you already have them at home. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some ground meat. Now, when it comes to the ground meat, you can do all ground beef if you want. You can do ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever you like. But today I'm using 1 pound of ground turkey and I have 1 pound of ground beef at 80-20, okay? Or you can just do all turkey, whatever. You're gonna need an egg, really interesting ingredient, okay? It's gonna make our Salisbury steak nice and soft like it should be, okay? And then we're gonna use some breadcrumbs, any kind of breadcrumbs. And guess what? If you ain't got breadcrumbs, I'm gonna tell you what you can do in replace of making your own breadcrumbs, okay? All right, you're gonna need some beautiful bell peppers. So I have the red and the green. I got a nice, beautiful onion here. Another interesting ingredient, we're using some ketchup. Oh yeah, it gives that Salisbury steak flavor. If you like mushrooms like we do here at the Young's house, you're gonna put some mushrooms in your gravy. And I'm gonna show you how to make a quick, simple, delicious gravy that's gonna smother these Salisbury steaks. Now, you're gonna need some flour. You are also gonna need some beef broth. You're gonna need some spices so everything can come together and taste absolutely amazing. Here's the spices. I have salt, chicken bouillon powder. If you don't have chicken bouillon powder or you simply just don't want to use it, you don't have to. All right, we have onion and garlic powder, parsley flakes, because it makes everything pretty. We got some black pepper. Make sure your hands are clean. I hope you all are having a great day today. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this recipe. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 1 pound of ground turkey, our 1 pound of ground beef. We're gonna season it to perfection, make it taste good. Don't be afraid to give it some flavor, okay? So I'm gonna go right in with salt. If you're that person that can't use salt, I'm always gonna tell you, just leave it out, okay? And it'll be okay. All right, gorgeous. We're gonna put onion powder in on purpose. Look at that, a nice amount, right? Same thing with the garlic powder, a nice amount. We want that flavor. Black pepper for sure, okay? And now, since I have 2 pounds of meat, I'm gonna put about 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. If you don't have breadcrumbs at your house, just take you 2 pieces of toast or 1 piece of toast, 1 piece of bread, toast it, and then you crumble it up, you got breadcrumbs, okay? So just do that, all right? Gorgeous. And now we're gonna crack 1 egg, just like so, quick and simple. It's like a binder and it also helps for your Salisbury steak to be nice and soft. Interesting ingredient. 1 tablespoon of ketchup. If you wanted to do barbecue sauce, you absolutely could. Just don't use over 1 tablespoon. Going right in with my hands to mix everything up, just like so. And we're gonna do like my grandma Lucille would say. She would say, don't mix it too much because the residual heat from your hands will heat up the meat and it'll give the meat a funky texture, right? She was making a meatloaf one time and she told me that. And so I'm always sure to hurry up and get it mixed up and then leave it alone. So what we're gonna do is you make your Salisbury steaks however you want. Medium size, big, oval, you know, circle, whatever. Okay, just get them nice and made up and then we're gonna begin frying them just as if they were hamburgers. Let's start pattying up our Salisbury steaks. I kind of like to make mine a little oval like this, but one thing I will do is put like a little dent in the middle. When you do that, they don't get so thick, right? They're gonna remain the same thickness that we put them in the pan, always when you put that little dent in there. I'm gonna be cooking these on a medium heat, not too hot. Patties made. I'm trying to wonder how many is it gonna make. I'm hoping it's gonna make a lot because my family loves this recipe and you're gonna love it too. Absolutely you are. All right. Oh, that sizzle means we're moving in the right direction. Who's excited about this recipe? I grew up on the frozen kind. The frozen kind's good and just to be honest, from time to time, we'll buy them and put some mashed potatoes with them and they're good. But when you make them homemade, there's something different about making them homemade because they are going to be the best ones you've ever tasted, especially when you compare it to the frozen kind that everybody usually buys. You know, Salisbury steak cooking behind us. The 2 pounds of meat gave us between 7 and 8 Salisbury steaks, so I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and start slicing up our vegetables. I got a beautiful onion here. I'm just going to do like some slices, but I want to pre-cook them, so we're just going to saute them in oil or butter, whichever you choose. Just make sure you salt and pepper them to give them some good flavor. If you salt them now, the salt will draw water out of them. That's interesting, right? But so what I like to do is when they're getting ready to come out the pan, that's when we'll salt and pepper them to give them some flavor. But this is how we're going to do our bell peppers too. We're just going to slice them just like so. A medium onion, 2 medium bell peppers will do the trick. I like to use the 2 different colors because it makes everything gorgeous, right? So here we go. Make sure you're washing your vegetables off for sure. Your bell peppers. Gorgeous. Same way, and here's the thing, don't cook the daylights out of them. If you do that, you lose that vibrant color. You know, I've learned that along the way. Cooking them, they just turn into mush and then they get kind of dull. I want them to still have some beautiful color. All right, gorgeous. That's plenty enough. I'll save that for my puppy because he loves bell peppers. You go to slicing a bell pepper, he's like, where is mine? You know, so I'm not going to use this bell pepper. It don't look too good. Let me grab another. I have another green bell pepper, so had to toss that one. All right, gorgeous. Get these in, but not only that, we can go ahead and put our mushrooms in too. You don't have to use mushrooms. I do understand this. A lot of people don't like them. But here at my house, we love mushrooms. Go ahead and put them in with your peppers and onions and just saute them for about maybe 10 minutes or so. Salisbury steak are cooking up. They have the whole house smelling great. The vegetables are cooking up. So now listen to me. This is really important. It's up to you if you want to fully cook these Salisbury steak right now, but what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pre-cooking them. I'm getting both sides of the Salisbury steak nice and seared off, and then I'm going to show you all how to make the gravy. We're going to take the Salisbury steak that's half the way cooked. We're going to put it into the gravy, you know, in a baking dish here, and then you put it in the oven so everything can finish cooking. Right? So you don't have to worry about the Salisbury steaks not being done, because trust me, that oven's going to be hot enough where they completely cook while they're simmering in the gravy in the oven. Now, if you're that person that says, no, I want to fully cook them, then you go ahead, that's fine, okay? Put a little bit of butter in here so it can really help to assist get that color that I'm looking for my saute for these vegetables. Then we're going to make our way behind us to the larger stove and flip those Salisbury steak over. They smell so good. This is going to be delicious. Check in on our Salisbury steak. Oh my goodness, yes. That's what I'm looking for. Are you kidding me? Ooh, they're going to be so delicious. Now that our Salisbury steak is about 80% of the way cooked, let's go ahead and put them into a baking dish, okay? Just put them in there however you want, okay? Just like this. And then we're going to put the bell peppers, the onions, the mushrooms right on top. And then I'm going to show you how to make this gravy that is so delicious. You're going to be licking your fingers when you taste it. It's that good. Put our vegetables right on top of our Salisbury steak. Just like this. It makes it so gorgeous, right? And it adds some flavor. Really, it does. Okay, gorgeous. So now let's get started on our gravy. This part is super simple. If you've never made a gravy before, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make it. So I have some oil in my pan. When you're making a roux, because that's what we need to do first, you use equal parts oil and equal parts flour. So I have my oil in here. If you need to measure yours and you can't just eyeball it, you know, just measure it. So my oil is here. We're going to put us some flour in here. Flour is the thickening agent, right? And the flour is what's going to give the gravy the consistency that we're looking for. You need to cook the raw flavor out of the flour for at least 5 minutes before we start to add in liquid. This right here is what your roux is supposed to look like. It should never, at any point, look like plaster. If it's too thick, you need to add more oil, okay? And then, if it's too thin, add some more flour. So we're going to cook this until the flour raw taste is cooked out of it for about 5 minutes. And then when we come back, we're gonna begin to add beef broth for flavor. And if we need more water, I got some hot water on deck. Go ahead and add our broth right in. Okay, and you all know what gravy consistency should look like. So you keep on pouring until you get that consistency. Okay, so this is a 32 ounce, and I'll let you know if I wind up using this whole thing. I might use this whole thing in a little bit of water. Gravy consistency. And so now I'm going to make it taste good. I'm going in with chicken bouillon powder, no certain amount. A lot of people are wanting measurements. Just measure. You know how to measure. You know what tastes good, right? So the chicken bouillon powder, a lot of onion powder, a lot of garlic powder is always going to make your gravy taste absolutely amazing. Yeah, we can put some parsley flakes in there dried just to make it gorgeous, right? And we're going to put some black pepper in. Now, to make this gravy turn a darker color, you can use, it's like a gravy seasoning. It has no seasoning, but it makes the gravy darker, and it's called kitchen bouquet if you want to use it. But my dad would always use soy sauce. A little bit of soy sauce, make it that much darker, okay? Just like this, guess what we're getting ready to do? We're going to pour this lovely gravy after we taste it. You got to taste it, because if you don't know what it tastes like, what you going to do if you feed it to somebody and it don't taste good? Oh, perfect seasoning. Let's get this. Salisbury steak will be served tonight with mashed potatoes. You can serve it with butter, noodles, or even rice. A lot of times I'll do rice. Since our gravy is done, we're going to go ahead and pour it all over our Salisbury steak and vegetables. Get this, right into the oven, 365 degrees. We don't have to cover it either. Take a look at this. This right here is what you call Salisbury steak, homemade Salisbury steak, Gina Young style. Look how gorgeous this gravy is and these vegetables. When I tell you this is so tender. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. I know I changed my shirt, don't worry about it. I got some other videos going in the background. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, we thank you for this lovely meal. Your hedge of protection, your love time, your mercy, and your understanding. Father, I thank you for what you've always done my whole life and what you're getting ready to do. Amen. Stay tuned if you want to see me taste this. Played up just one so I can do a taste test for you guys. But this will be served with these mashed potatoes. I'm going in. It's super hot, but I know y'all want to see how good it is. I'm going in. Taking a bite. That's Salisbury steak.